I'm Mahdi Shaheeb Sher. My website is www.shaheeb.com. One of my interests in the world is kind of like the way the world is run in the world. I think that the world has changed quite significantly in the past 50 years or so. I think that the world was run quite heavily by maybe wealthy, fat individuals who have been kind of very dependent on the top, kind of the ruling 5 to 10% of people who I think have been responsible for managing the world, who have run the world. And I think with these individuals, the wealthy and the powerful, the influential, who control most of the media and the entertainment, and they are wealthy individuals who run kind of society and the world. They are usually wealthy individuals who are kind of uh, fat as individuals. They're not normal, everyday, simple people, but they are kind of fat, wealthy individuals who are, by their own disposition, very perhaps corrupt and perhaps aristocratic in their ways. And I think that's how the ruling class are in the world. They're very aristocratic. I think they're very fat with the kind of the wealth that they have in the world, and by their sheer fortitude of placement, they kind of place themselves within the world where they are able to um, gorge themselves on the on the food of others. And I think this is something that is unfortunate in the world. I think that fortunately now we are in a period of the world, period of time in the world where the world is run differently, and it's run by simple everyday people now. And I think that's what's a little bit more encouraging now, that the world has moved on from the point where it has been managed and ruled by aristocrats to a position now where in the world it's run by simple everyday people. And I think that the world should take comfort in this fact, in this fact of development, this progress of times, that the world is no longer so much aristocratic by its tradition or by the way it's ruled and managed, but in fact, most of the way the world is run and managed, its governments and politicians and world leaders are in fact perhaps everyday simple people who, are quite intelligent. They believe in meritocracy rather than aristocracy. And I think with this meritocracy, they are able to kind of service the needs of other people. They're able to benefit other people with their intelligence so that the people benefit from the world's resources and not just the aristocratic wealthy individuals benefit from the world's resources. I think that's the main difference and a crucial difference, that the world shouldn't have to feed on the appetite of a few wealthy individuals who command the top elite classes of the world, and they occupy wealthy families and perhaps wealthy corporations who are able to privilege those individuals with an inheritance or a title or anything else that provide it with the comfort to rule the majority of people in the world. I think that the majority of the people should take benefit with the majority of the world's resources, and it shouldn't be the minority of the world who take comfort with the resources of the world. I think that's the difference that we have to distinguish. That it should be the majority of the people in the world who benefit from the resources of the world, and it shouldn't be the minority of the people who pretty much dominate the resources of the world. So I think that that is something that does need to be differentiated, does need to be appreciated, and I think that ultimately is what the ruling class is all about. It's about being aristocratic so that it's able to feed off of other people to their own misfortune. And that is not very free or equal for people. I don't think it does people any justice to have a situation where a minority feed off of the poverty of the majority of people. I think the majority of people should be in a normal, healthy situation where they're able to accommodate themselves. And I think the wealthy individuals at the top, maybe the 5 or 10% of the ruling class, should perhaps be contained within their own kind of dominion, so that they're able to engage in their own affairs without the detriment of the majority of people. So I think this is something that is quite important to think about and to discuss as well. I think that the way the world is run now, fortunately, it has moved on from an aristocratic tradition of fat, wealthy individuals, cream society, who take benefit, from the poverty of the majority of the people, leaving them in further poverty. And I think fortunately now we have entered an age where it is simple everyday people, ordinary simple everyday people who do occupy positions of power and politics as world leaders, as pioneers, as businessmen and artists, as musicians, as entertainers, but also as world leaders who come from perhaps humble backgrounds, but as ordinary, simple people. And as world leaders in the world, they're able to position themselves as people who are able to benefit the world with their skill and their intelligence for the benefit of the wider good and the greater good. And I think that is something that should be applauded in the world. That we are no longer being dominated by aristocrats, wealthy aristocrats, that we now have the pleasure of speaking to ordinary, simple people with their own intelligence in mind, who can govern the world in a more free, democratic way that is more equal and fair for the majority of people, not just the minority of people. And I think it's with that message that we are being now governed by the people who accompany us in the world around us, in our surroundings, in our environment, in the world around us. That with these individuals that we call companions, that we are able to share in the full benefits and resources of our world, full materials and knowledge and science and development. It's full artistic wealth and knowledge wealth, and its full vision of poetry that stands before the world and its people. I think it's to the people and the people's struggle that people vision for a better world, not a better world for themselves, but a better world for the world and for the people, for the majority of the people in it. So I think that the world has moved into a new era of time, a new prosperity, a new advancement, where knowledge is the currency of an individual, not his wealth, not his inheritance or his family background, but his knowledge and his intelligence. And I think it's with these primary virtues, the virtue of character and a virtue of deed, that a person is able to progress within the world, able to advance the world for the benefit of himself and the world around him. Thank you very much.